We go to the temple. You see the Lord and you say, "You are so wonderful. I am so insignificant. Please give me mercy." That's called a prayer, right? It starts off with glorification, appreciation. Then you state your cause. You say, "Okay, you're so great, I'm so small. Can we meet halfway? Can we come a little closer? Can you give me some of what you got so that I can bridge that gap?" It's not so difficult. Learn the art. I know the mind says, "I don't want to do that. Why should I appreciate? Why should I glorify?" I want to be glorified. I want to be appreciated. But in the Bhakti tradition, we know that the most glorious person is the servant of the servant of the servant. So if we can take the humble role and offer appreciation and praise, then not only will others appreciate, but the Lord will appreciate. And if Krishna pays attention, there's nothing that you cannot do. So learn the art of appreciation. It is quite compelling. You will not only make a lot of new friends, but you will actually be able to sustain and deepen existing relationships. Every relationship is based on two things. What are these two things that every real relationship is built on? Service mood is one of them. What's the other one? Respect. And respect means appreciation. If those two things are not there, you don't have a relationship. You may imagine it, but you don't have a relationship. So respect, appreciation is one component. And you can express it or you can keep it internal, but it's more relatable if you learn the art of actually showing it. And it's not bribes, it's not money or other things, it's really showing appreciation. A leader is a person who is highly motivated and highly inspirational. What really struck me with these two personalities who made presentations here, they were very inspirational. They had a lot of conviction from their experience and they could share it with others. I highly recommend you keep a list of stories, incidences, books, quotes, jokes, moments of your life that were inspirational, that were moving, that were meaningful to you, and you keep that not just for your pep talks, but for your own personal inspiration and to share them with your team and the people that you meet. You know these chicken soup for the Jewish soul? Have you heard of these? There is this range of books, just different stories, inspirational stories. People read books, magazines, websites, blogs. Why? They're looking for stuff like that. Something that gives them a connection to something extraordinary. Some experience. Some rasa. You know rasa, taste? That is what we're hankering for because we're living entities. We're conscious beings. We're alive. We want to taste. That's what we're made of. Taste, experience. So keep your own folder, your own repository of inspirational material ready to keep yourself enthused, to keep your team enthused, and communicate your message consistently through all the different medias. But at least every 21 days, every 3 weeks, you have to remind each and every member of your team of your mission. Otherwise, you will forget it. I guarantee you, you can go into any company, any organization, and you just interview people. What do you guys actually do here? And you will get the most outrageous, crazy stuff. You won't believe it. Even in the Hare Krishna movement. Unless you remind people every 3 weeks of the mission, they will forget it. To remember means to write it down. Now, I don't care whether you are using good old, where do we have them? Did we lose them? No, they're here somewhere. That's what happens when you have too many papers. There it is. You may have good old Post-its. Do you use Post-its?
Yes.
So you may have a notepad, you may have a whole range of papers, you may put a collage all over your room, you may have a whiteboard, you may put it all on your phone, you may have spreadsheets, you may keep an organizer, you may keep a big book, you may have the software that you share with your secretary or with the people who assist you. Write it down. The bigger your organization, the bigger your project grows, there will be more and more and more and more things that you just can't possibly remember. You do not want to remember them all. So write them down. And then start dealing with them. Delegate, outsource, simplify. A leader's primary goal is to provide vision to their team, to recruit people, to train them, and to monitor their progress. You can write that down. Provide vision, recruit people, train them, and monitor them. These are the 4 activities that a leader has to be engaged in. And you see every successful leader is doing that. Provide vision, recruit people for your team, train them, monitor. It means constant assessment, constant assessment. It's ongoing, it never stops. My father was a headmaster of a government school. He had about 40 teachers under him, less than 1,000 kids. He was doing the job for 42 years. Every year for 2 weeks he had to go for additional training. He was 60 years old. He still had to go every year, 2 weeks. They give you the new updates on all the different stuff that you have to know. Keep training yourself and keep training your teams. We are moving on to the last exercise. We have here something very interesting. It's called the 12 Rules for Spiritual Entrepreneurs. These are the 12 rules. Please pass them along. And